G'day folks, welcome back to Pete's Investing. This is a natural gas update, and you can see here natural gas, BOIL, UNG have all dropped and continue to drop since our last update, with the exception of KLD, that's still continued to rise. This is our heat map using the CCI 150 trends. You can see here what's changed really for natural gas. It's gone from being bullish to neutral on the monthly and the weekly, and it's bearish on the daily. And the others have got still a bit of a mix there, predominantly neutral on the monthly. Bullish on BOIL and KLD on the weekly, and predominantly bearish on the daily, plus the other instruments for your reference should you wish to trade those. We do some videos on those occasionally as well. In terms of trading, we look at the larger time frame to trade in. So if you're trading on the daily, we trade in the direction of the weekly trend, or if you're trading on the intraday, we trade in the direction of the daily trend. Step 2, we enter a fresh breakout of the CCI 150 moving averages, and we close out the trade when that CCI 150 or the price chart breaks into those moving averages, and I'll go through some examples of how to read those. Looking at natural gas first off, on the monthly you can see it's broken down below the moving averages of the CCI 150, and again these moving averages on both the price and the CCI 150 in the description below should you wish to learn how to draw those on your own charting software. So at the moment it's neutral on the monthly. It's neutral also on the weekly. You can see there it's broken back into that moving average range after being bullish for a number of months actually. And on the daily, it's been bearish now for a number of weeks. You can see that it's broken below the moving averages and there's no sign of a pullback yet. It's also broken below this support line we had at 25.32. So all short positions only to be taken. And if we go to the hourly chart here, we've got the daily here as a reference. You can see there since our last update it's continued to drop. So had you gone short there, you'd still be in a trade potentially. And now notice here though, we do have a bullish divergence. So higher lows on the CCI 150 versus lower lows on the price chart. So that's a bullish divergence, and we expect to see it to break to the upside, assuming it starts bouncing from there. It could actually drop further, and this could still rise, so that will still be a bullish divergence. So just be careful. I'd probably be taking some profits off the table if I was going short on this one, and taking advantage of this bullish divergence on the CCI 150. Of course, it can still drop further. There's no guarantee it's going to start rising from here, but especially if it rises above this moving average, we're going to then especially close out in positions if you hold those, is the suggestion. BOIL, again on the monthly there's no CCI 150, so we'll just assume that's going to be a bearish outlook. It looks pretty steep on the price chart. On the weekly, it has been bullish. It continues to be so, versus a bearish outlook on the price. So that's a bullish divergence. Again, no real advance to the upside yet. It's made a bit of a break above the moving averages there, but it's still now broken to the downside. But the CCI is still moving higher. On the daily, you can see there it's broken down below the moving averages, and so is the price chart, and that's giving us a strong bearish signal on the daily chart. Now if we go to the hourly chart, again the reference here for the daily, we only take short trades, so you would have started taking your first short trade from that point there on the intraday, and here we're using the hourly. You can use 15 minutes or 2 hours, whatever suits your trading style, but that would have been the equivalent of going short back here. You would have closed it out when it broke into that moving average range there, taking your profits, entered another short position, closed it out again, and enter another short position there. You'd still be in a trade. Notice it hasn't touched the moving averages of the price, nor has it touched the moving averages of the CCI, so you'd still be in a trade short on this one. KLD is doing the opposite. It's moving higher. Now on the monthly, again, there's no CCI for it to show, but you can see there it's probably neutral at best. On the weekly, it did show a bullish divergence here versus lower lows on the price, and it bounced quite significantly. So it's been a nice bullish run from that point there. But notice at the moment, it did break to the downside initially on the CCI on the weekly, and it's broken above that very thin moving average range on the weekly chart. So it's bullish at the moment, so further bullish movement. And on the daily, it takes a fresh breakout to the upside. It did bounce off nicely off this support we drew, 33.95, and it's now bounced higher, and that's actually broken through this resistance at 52.10. So further upside to go, it looks like it. On the hourly chart, again using the daily as a reference, you only take long trades. You're just taking your first few trades back here when it bounced off that support line in alignment with the CCI 150 above the moving averages. So that would have been your first bullish run. Close it out with a little profit, enter another trade, close it out when it enters that exponential moving 9 or the moving average band of the CCI or the moving average of the price chart. And that might have been a little break even there. And then another entry there, go long there when it breaks above the moving average band of the CCI and the price chart, and you'd still be in a trade today. There's no pull back into that moving average range yet, so nice strong bullish run on that one. And lastly, UNG on the monthly, it's bearish. It's broken below the moving average band. It's been fairly bearish for a number of almost all of 2023 and 2024. On the weekly, it's slight bullish momentum on the CCI 150 versus lower lows on the price. That's a bullish divergence. It's making a slight bounce, nothing too dramatic. And on the daily, again, we had another bullish divergence here versus lower lows on the price. The CCI kept rising. It actually retraced until this resistance here at 2160, and it's bounced back down and now broken to the downside on the daily with the CCI below the moving average range. And it's also broken through this previous support we drew at 1739, and there's no sign of another support yet. As soon as that happens, we'll move our support lines further. And if we go to the hourly chart, again using the daily as a reference, we only take short trades from this point onwards. So back here, you would have taken the short trades there, another short trade there, and the last one, you'd still be in a trade today with no break into that moving average range. And as soon as it does, you close out your position. So hopefully you got value out of the video. Hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Support us more on the Patreon page. Links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.